2, 3, 4. The stars at night are big and bright. You're in the heart of Texas. How's it going? This is the Iron Serbian. We're here downtown Sacramento, hanging out with a couple members of Iwrestledabearonce, or better known as their acronym, IWABO, right?
Yeah, hi, I'm Courtney.
I'm Mike.
This is Courtney and this is Mike. And we're going to ask them a couple questions about things that might be relevant to them, hopefully. And if not, we'll just make dick jokes like Bryan Stars. Have you guys done Bryan Stars yet?
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
But
No, never.
But I've seen. My band has probably a few times, but I've never seen him. I've never met Bryan Stars.
Never heard of the guy before.
I've never
ever.
met Bryan Stars.
Bryan Stars is like the biggest YouTube channel on the planet at the moment. And apparently, all he talks about is dicks.
There's nothing
and your
else.
mom or something like that.
There's nothing else to really
Pretty
talk
common
about.
thing that I talk about during the day. I'd say so too. I would think me and him would probably have a lot in common. To be honest with you.
Talking about music and band stuff to wieners is like 15% band stuff, and then
Probably a good
85.
90%.
69% wieners.
69% wieners.
Nice. Well, speaking of cocks, are you a grower or a shower?
Really depends. I mean, like, I usually kind of go by the different days of the week, and on the time of the day. Also based on my mood. So that's how I'm gonna answer.
It also
that
depends on what we're listening to.
Yeah, that too. Actually, I find that's also plays a big factor into that whole situation. That plays a big factor into that whole situation. I'd say so.
Cool. And do you have a preference, circumcised or uncircumcised?
No preference.
Easy going, lady. So you have a new album that just came out on Artery Recordings last month. Is that correct?
Yes, it's called Heil Mary.
Heil Mary. And has it lived up to your expectations sales-wise so far?
Yes, we're actually moving into our mansion, like really quickly.
Next month, I'd say so. Yeah.
From the CD sales, the private jet is getting painted.
Nice.
I'm just joking. We live in a van,
Oh.
but the album did pretty good.
Good. I mean, you're selling things, and that's
We're happy that someone's listening to it.
Absolutely.
So I think it's been our most positive in the history of the band. I think it's been our most positive release. Yeah.
So not everybody is stealing. Most of them are, but
Or
many
they're
are still
stealing
buying.
and buying.
I feel like if they like it enough, they'll also buy it. Which is really cool.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's a metal fan thing. I feel like metal fans support the bands. They really do.
Yeah.
And has the album come out with any like toys or T-shirts or any trinkets?
We have a prayer candle.
Yeah. We did that as a pre-order. That was pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did the fans react to that goodie?
Well, I feel like Iwabo always kind of has little extra things and
We like
pre-order
weird
stuff.
stuff.
We like weird stuff. I think if anything, people were kind of expecting even more different stuff. But no, the prayer candle was really cool. I think kids really liked it.
And it's common that the Japanese get extra tracks. Did you record any extra tracks for Japanese releases?
We already had 14.
Yeah.
We already had 14. We couldn't do any more.
We couldn't cut any songs.
No.
We tried and we just couldn't do it. So
we liked
there
the
were no bonus songs.
Okay.
They're all there. We tried. We all talked about it for like a month. Which ones we got to cut to? Come on, guys, let's cut to. We can release them whenever. We can release them later. We just couldn't do it.
Do you find it hard for people to focus on the quality of the band's music rather than your gender?
I do. I feel like people are more judgmental almost. There's something bothers them about my voice. They don't feel comfortable just like talking about, whether my voice is good or bad. They also have to then put my gender in there as well. Or, you know what I mean? Like it's weird. It's like how my appearance is more important than the other guys in the band.
Right.
I would say the guys could just each gain like 150 pounds and just get full like cystic acne all over their faces and like lose a limb, and no one would care.
Right.
And I could like have one eyebrow hair out of place. Or I mean, I've had people be like, her hands are ugly. It's weird.
Eyebrows are so gross.
Yeah, it's weird. So I feel like people, I don't know, I think it's less because they actually care about that, and more it's just like if you're going to put down a woman, you're usually going to go for their appearance first.
Right.
Or an positive thing. If you're going to compliment a woman, you say, oh, you see a little kid, oh, you're beautiful. You don't go, you're really smart. So I think it just kind of just comes with the territory, probably.
Do you notice whether that comes from older people or the younger people?
I think it's just a certain weird person that likes to talk shit on the internet, which I've never done. There's some stuff that I hate, but I've never hated something so bad that I wanted to like anonymously say mean stuff about it.
Right.
Other than like ISIS or something. Like
It's a generation of keyboard warriors is what it is pretty much. It's just everyone's a professional, everybody knows better than everyone, and everybody now unfortunately has an outlet to do it anonymously.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
that's
just
okay.
but that's okay,
you gotta
it's
take good with bad,
and
not ignore the bad stuff.
yeah, in my opinion I feel like even the bad stuff is good. People are talking about
I'd
it.
rather a negative reaction than a reaction.
I see. Yeah, well, if there comes a point where negative comments can lead to bullying, and I recommend that anybody that feels like they're being bullied, complain to Facebook, and they can determine whether or not you're being bullied. I recently did that, and they ruled in my favor. Well, I'll see you at the next show, pal. So the new album dropped last month. You're on tour with Dance Gavin Dance and a slew of an all-girl band.
Yeah, Conquer Divide.
How sweet is that?
It's so cool. It's so cool to see people that aren't self-conscious about everyone judging them, because just when they walk out on the stage, they're immediately judged. Yeah, and people give them such a hard time, and they're kicking ass. So it's really cool. They don't care what anyone has to say. They're just there to play music and have fun. So they're great.
It takes a lot of, I don't want to say balls or in the female anatomy, that would be a lot of vulva. I don't know.
Yeah, it takes a lot of
chutzpah.
Yeah, chutzpah.
Yeah, to go out on the stage.
Yeah, and so I was just talking to the guys about that, because I was reading just people. Sometimes for fun we do read about people talking shit on us. It's really entertaining, and I was telling the guys that people almost validate what I do because I have men in my band writing the music. So therefore it's
orgies.
Okay. Yeah, a musical orgy.
Yes.
And the girls, they don't have that validation. They're writing their music and they're working just as hard, but people are like, oh, all this girl music sucks.
Right.
Oh, it's all girls? Oh, gross.
That must be just bad.
Yeah, but it's like, so people are like, even if they don't like me, they're like, but I can identify with this guy who's writing the guitar. And they don't have that. So it's like they have a whole nother, if you interviewed them, I bet they'd have a whole nother experience than I have.
Yeah.
Because people, it's almost insulting. They oh, well, there's a girl, I can get past that. There's dudes that write the music, so it must be good.
Yeah.
It's possible that people are constantly thinking about sex. So when they see a girl in a band with guys, first thing they comes to their mind is gonzo.
Well, I do bone one of the guys in the band. He's my boyfriend.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we totally. Sorry, Aunt Donna or Anita. We totally.
It's all right.
The cat's out of the bag.
I read about it on the internet.
Yeah.
On the interweb.
On the
Yeah.
internet.
The old Wikipedia.
He's my boyfriend.
They depicted your sexual acts in detail.
But we've been really tired on this tour, so it's been really low activity.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But it's weird. People are. It's the same like what I said with people. That's how they get at you as a girl. The first step to either devaluing you or valuing you is to talk about your appearance.
Sure.
So or what your appearance means to them, as far as if they give you if you give them a boner or not is their greatest insult or compliment. It's really bizarre for me, but I get I'm ready to stand here and take that from people, so it doesn't catch me off guard.
Well, I can only speak for myself as a heterosexual male chauvinist pig that I would rather watch a woman do anything than a man.
Yeah, because we're pretty. And sometimes we sweat less.
Sometimes.
So you're on the tour, the All Stars tour. This is just you're about a little less than a week into the tour.
Yeah.
And your album came out in June. So is it going to be a standard 2-year cycle for you? Are you off to Europe? Are you off to Modesto anytime soon?
I wish we were off to
That'd be
Modesto, but yeah, I don't. We're really like, we're taking it one step at a time. Like we weren't even gonna tour this summer, and then the All Stars, we weren't sure if we were gonna do this because we're kind of like, you know what? Let's just do what's comfy for us. We don't have to. The album's coming out when we're not on tour. There's no reason to like push a tour if we don't have to. And then this opportunity came along, and we were all just like, let's go do it.
Yeah, it's an awesome
So
tour.
we know we like to do something in the fall, but we also want to make sure we're not touring when it's like blizzards out and stuff. So it's just gonna be what feels. Living in a van after a few years, you're pretty much just count yourself lucky that you haven't flipped your van.
Totally.
So
Black ice.
yeah.
There's like 3 vans on this tour that have flipped their vans.
That's right. Within the ruins,
Yeah.
there's at least one of them, right?
I know everyone else has new vans because they all flipped them. Ours is old and a piece of shit because we've been
Well,
safe.
maybe you do need to tour in the winter then.
I know. So we we'll take what comes, but it's just kind of cool to get to decide what we want to do.
Very cool.
And no one's pressuring us to go on
Yeah.
tour.
And you're on Artery Recordings, or you're also managed by Artery as well?
Well, it feels like we are sometimes because they're so awesome and hands-on. But our managers are with Royal Division Management.
Oh, I see.
They work really.
Sean, right?
I know Sean,
Toronto.
but he's
Is that
cool.
him?
No, well, Jason and Andrew,
Andrew are
they're our managers, but they all work so closely together. And Artery is such an awesome hands-on record label that
They live here in Sacramento.
yeah, they're all at the bar. I keep
hanging
walking
out.
by,
Yeah.
and so it's they're the kind of people that you're really excited to see.
Yeah.
I don't feel any pressure from
Shan,
them.
the guy who
Shandan Haran.
yeah, he produced our videos that we did, the music
He
videos a little while back,
directed them
and he just
Did
came
the
up and said hey
treatment.
to us, and he's here, so that's really cool.
awesome.
Good to hang out with him.
I'm always excited to see somebody from Artery Foundation, especially if they have but I don't know.
Oops.
I don't know. Oops. Edit.
I mean,
cut.
I totally like one time had a few beers backstage. That was
There was
pretty.
this one time where I had half a beer and like I was kind of sleepy, so that was a wild
I
night.
totally did Tylenol today.
Like 4 Advils.
I did. Yeah, the tour is sponsored by Tylenol.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
You got what you need, man.
Yeah, if you want some Tylenol PMs, the back of my trunk is like. We'll talk about it, not on tape,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of
It won't be on
there's
record.
a lot of Advil back
All
there.
right. Well, thank you for your time. Have a safe trip.
Thank
And,
you.
thank you again.
Yeah, of course.
Oh.